And so from day one to the end, in fact, in some cases, even after the election, the parties are within the printing houses. They are monitoring their ballots. We provide them with the serial numbers of the ballots so they know that there's a range for each region. And therefore, if you go to a region and there's a ballot that is out of the range, you should be able to raise questions. This is the transparency of the process. They remain in the printing houses 24/7 until the ballots are packaged. And to add to it, when the ballots are packaged, the Electoral Commission puts its seal on the ballot, and so do the parties. They then accompany the commission and the police to the police armories where the ballots are kept. And there also, the parties had their agents waiting to receive these ballots, and they remain there until election day. We know how it works on election day, that the ballot boxes are opened for all to see. Unlike countries in Africa where the voting is done inside in a building, ours is done in the full glare of the public, and any interested citizen can sit and observe the process from 7 a.m. to, is it 5 p.m., if they so wish. Prior to being at the Electoral Commission, I used to do that, to go and visit many polling stations, and nobody stopped us from standing decently and observing the process. And you could do that all day if you so wish. But we know that the way it is done, the ballot boxes are open for all to see before the start of the registration. And at the end of the process, in the full glare of the public and the agents of the parties who are present, the ballots are poured onto the table, they are separated and sorted out, and they are counted in the full glare of the public and the party agents. They have a right to demand a recount twice. And if they are satisfied with it, they append their signatures. Where they are not satisfied, they state the reasons for their dissatisfaction. We then go to the constituency collation centers, and the same process happens there. We go to the regional collation centers, the same process happens there. All of these collation centers have the agents of the party who verify the processes, who inspect and make sure that everything is accurate, and who append their signatures. Every media house and every citizen has the right to take photographs of these polling station results, which are the basis of the results. The polling station results are not changed. What we see at the polling stations pasted on the wall forms the basis of the results that the chairperson announces. From the polling station, those results are sent to the constituency collation centers, and the party agents are there. They are satisfied, it is collated, and it is put on the summary sheet and the results collation sheet at the constituency. It is then moved to the regional collation centers. They also collate these things, they are satisfied, they put their signature. So no results emanate from the head office of the Electoral Commission. Everything comes from bottom up. And the good news is that the media are enabled as a result of technology to take pictures of the polling station results across the country.
Sometimes you do so much and you don't even have the time to talk about it. But when I introduced the Presidential Special Initiatives under President Kufuor, I was telling the President to identify just 4 sectors, only 4 sectors, during his presidency, and that alone can transform Ghana. And why did I say so? One was garments and textiles, just producing garments for export. Bangladesh, one of the poorest countries in the world, exports every year $30 billion worth of garments to the US market. 30 billion just from sewing shirts, trousers to the US market. If Ghana, we are doing even half of that, we don't need to go to the IMF. And what does it take for us to sow, to export? You know, Ghanaians, we have good seamstresses and tailors. So that was one of the things that I started. And of course, oil palm. Malaysia learned how to cultivate oil palm from Ghana in the 60s. Now, Malaysia earns almost $20 billion from oil palm and its derivatives. 20 billion. What do we do with oil palm in Ghana? I won't go and talk for them to quote me. The Alan says it's only for palm nut soup. Now let's go beyond the palm nut soup. 20 billion. 20 billion. So if we're doing half of what Malaysia does, oil palm, that's 10 billion. We are doing half of what Bangladesh does, garment and textiles. That is 15. So that's 25 billion. And I also talked about cassava. Cassava is the biggest cash cow that Ghana can ever have. And when I introduced the new PSI for cassava, producing industrial starch from cassava, it became the first time that Guinness, Ghana, produced a cassava beer from cassava, from the factory that I built. And can you imagine us being able to turn cassava from a food crop to a cash crop? This is 2003 during President Kufuor's time. Because of the negativity of the mindset of Ghanaians. Oh, Alan is bringing cassava to kill people, this and that. So the NDC had no interest or appetite to continue with it. By now, would have been one of the leading producers of industrial starch. And you know that every tablet that you swallow in the world has some form of starch. Every tablet. And so industrial starch is used in so many industrial preparations. So Nanaya, I'm happy that you are speaking on behalf of your brother.
Organized Labor Ghana press statement, October 1st, 2024. Organized Labor met at an emergency meeting today, October 1st, 2024. Following the expiration of our deadline and the failure of government to meet our demands on illegal mining, that is galamsey, organized labor has decided to declare a nationwide strike with effect from October 10th, 2024. We are therefore calling on all workers to stay as the October 10, 2024 until the government accedes to our demands. Thank you.
To decrease significantly due to the investments made through the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2, except for the grains that we are expecting from the Savannah zone. I also indicated that when we roll out all our interventions, we expect the prices of food, especially the grains, to also decrease. Indeed, for the 11 commodities being tracked, the status of their prices between the months of August and September are as follows. Cassava has seen a decrease of 9%, granite about 2%, onion about 1.2%, plantain 34%, cowpea 27%, tomato a decrease of 27%. To decrease significantly due to the investments made through the Planting for Food and Jobs Phase 2, except for the grains that we are expecting from the Savannah zone. I also indicated that when we roll out all our interventions, we expect the prices of food, especially the grains, to also decrease. Indeed, for the 11 commodities being tracked, the status of their prices between the months of August and September are as follows. Cassava has seen a decrease of 9%, granite about 2%, onion about 1.2%, plantain 34%, cowpea 27%, tomato a decrease of 27%, imported perfume rice 16.6%, sorghum a decrease of 1%, white yam a decrease of 2%, and chicken a decrease of 1%. So almost all our staples have seen some significant decrease from August to date. We expect the trend to continue through to June 2025, and we project an average 15% further drop on our main staples and 50% drop in maize for the year 2025. For maize, however, there has been major shocks in its price presentation to date, largely due to the dry spell. For example, same time last year, white maize, which was being sold at the farm gate for 300 Ghana cedis per 100 kg bag and sold on the market at an average 400 Ghana cedis, is now selling at the farm gate at 600 Ghana cedis. So last year it was 300 Ghana cedis. This year is 600 Ghana cedis at the farm gate. Now on the market in Ejura, that farm gate price is being sold on the market for 700 Ghana cedis on the Ejura market. In Atebubu, Techiman market, the same maize today is being sold at 770 Ghana cedis. But when you come to Agbogloshi and Medina market, the farm gate price of 600 at Agbogloshi and Medina today is being sold at 1,200 Ghana cedis per 100 kg bag of maize. Ladies and gentlemen, now to the dry spell mitigation measures. To restore our food system and bridge the grain loss gap, we have this morning commenced the distribution of 118,000 metric tons of fertilizers and 5,133 metric tons of seeds to 800,000 smallholder farmers nationwide. The idea is to supply these inputs to farmers in the southern sector and the northern sector, because the raining season or the planting season for the southern sector just about started. The savannah and the transition, they are due for the application of urea because they planted a couple of weeks ago.
Now talk about challenges in our secondary and tertiary education sectors. Our secondary education sector is grappling with overcrowding and inadequate resources, contributing to diminished quality overall. A study by Africa Education Watch revealed that between the 2019-2020 and the 2022-2023 academic years, government's annual per student spending under the free SHS program was only 23%, while parents bore the remaining 77% of cost of education. The next NDC government will improve the free SHS program. We will engage the stakeholders in education and ensure proper infrastructure and sustainable dedicated funding for free SHS. We shall also decentralize the procurement of food and other supplies to the headmasters and school bases in order to improve the quality of food and also boost the local economies in the districts where the schools are located. We shall expand access by building more infrastructure in existing secondary schools, and we shall dedicate funding to completing the E-blocks in order that more children can have the opportunity to go to school. We will abolish the double-track system. So that all our children can go to school at the same time and vacate at the same time. Our kids will not come and stay at home for 4 months and go to school having forgotten everything they learned in the previous term. Moreover, tertiary students face financial barriers, with over 40% struggling to afford education and accommodation. And as I recently announced during a visit to the University of Ghana, my government will partner with the private sector to demarcate a portion of the vast tracts of land that the universities are holding to construct hostels for students on campus at reasonable rates. And thereby address the accommodation challenges that students are facing. The professional institutions of architects and engineers will be engaged to provide uniform designs for these hostels and a costing of the hostels that will be built on all campuses, and that will be under our program of a bed for all students to be able to stay on campus. We'll also launch the No Fee Stress initiative, providing fee-paying support to eligible students, especially through the Student Loan Trust Fund. The reintroduction of a quota system has reduced admissions across both nursing and teacher training sectors, restricting entry for many youth who desire to train as teachers and nurses. We deplore the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia administration's practice of opening the recruitment portal only when elections are coming. We will implement a policy of continuous recruitment of teachers and nurses, especially for the underserved areas. The next NDC government pledges to abolish the teacher licensure exam.
It's not about money, it's about love and principle. And we should remember that this election is about our future. It is not about the little money that we will be given. So if they bring you the money, it is your money. It is from the stabilization fund. Collect it, don't refuse it. But when you go to vote, vote about your future. Vote for your tomorrow. We are tired of the corruption. We are tired of Ejapa. We are tired of PDS. We are tired of public procurement agency corruption. And so we must make a change for the sake of our children. Free SHS is here to stay. But John Mahama is coming to make it better. Within 1 year of my becoming the president, I will abolish the double track. All our children will go to school at the same time. Our children won't go and come and stay in the house for 3 months. They will go to school at the same time, come to the house at the same time. Our children come and stay. Sometimes the girls get pregnant and then they spoil their education. And so we're going to cancel the double track. We're also adding the private schools. So even if you go to a private school and you're a Ghanaian, you'll also enjoy the free SHS. And so those are the things we're going to do. We're going to build a secondary school here so that our children can also get good quality education.
And so here kukudru, because one, Senior Mikayan, gold is the one holding Ghana now. And because of Galamsey Intina, we were 80 tons per year. After year 135 tons. Additional, Bebri free Galamsey. So we must be prepared to sacrifice in the fight against Galamsey. Say production will come down. It means that exports will reduce. And then also the issue of employment. Because employment in the Enankodani Bebri, Galamsey. Into Okutia Galamsey, a lot of the young people who currently are surviving with Galamsey would also get unemployed. And those are two consequences I'm putting on the table before we start the fight. The risks are worth the effort. The first thing is to make sure, say, forest reserves, mining of forest reserves, make us say forestry commission, almost 37 forest reserves have been, entered into and destroyed. And so the first thing is to get them out. Now, you start to say, then the second thing is Yensiono. And it's different people.
I don't say I be Port Harcourt boy normally. And no be every time I get chance to come house, you understand? I decide say any opportunity where I get now, I go to use and they come house. They make sure say my people self they feel out.
Today we want to tell you, we are double happy. Today God has made it possible. We are seeing you face to face. Yes. We are amazing we are amazed of what you are doing. What you are doing right now is touching all of us. Yes. Because you prepare our place, that means you give us shelter, you give us food, you are giving us a free movement. That's a big deal. Look, you've done more than enough. We want to sincerely say that you will never be erased in our heart. Say that. Now we need more of a farm of the type of you can say, you need force.
Look at me, dada. As my dreadlocks are longer. I know say right now, my time, I no go waste them, rara. I go use them, dada. I go use them, dada. Innocent in a bastard. I receive I'm jeje. So if I do you wrong, I apologize. For the people who they sympathize, I gotta go make them larger.